He was one of the finest rulers in Muslim history. He was one of the finest rulers in Muslim history, who was left indelible impressions in history, who was left indelible impressions in history. Umar bin Abdul Aziz radiyallahu anhu.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyid al-Mursaleen amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitani wajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabiyallah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah. Dearest Islamic brothers and viewers of Madani Channel, once again we say marhaba. Welcome to our silsila, glimpses into the life of Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jalla, we have covered quite a few series, or quite a few episodes, mashallah Azza wa Jalla, about this great personality, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh. Today, inshallah Azza wa Jalla, also cover some important points. But first and foremost, let us hear a beautiful hadith mubarakah in which minds and yours and the universal blessed Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam has mentioned that niyyatul mu'mini khayrun min amalihi. Intention of a believer is better than his action. So alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, viewers of Madani Channel, I'm making intention, mashallah Azza wa Jal, now that you are watching this program in your comfort zone, please also make intention that inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala, whatever we are doing here, whatever we're listening is for the pleasure of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. Whatever we learn, inshallah Azza wa Jalla, I try to be practical upon it, you try to be practical upon it, and try to pass this message on to our fellow Muslims out there, inshallah Azza wa Jalla. May Allah tabarak wa ta'ala make it such that, inshallah Azza wa Jalla, we keep on making more and more good intentions, inshallah Azza wa Jalla. The more mere intentions in our account, the more reward in our account, inshallah Azza wa Jalla. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. As for the recitation of salawat upon minds and yours and the universal beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, beloved and blessed Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam has mentioned that if a person recites once salawat upon the beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, 10 good deeds will be written in his account, inshallah Azza wa Jalla. 10 sins will be forgiven, inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala, and that person's status will be upgraded by 10 times, inshallah Azza wa Jalla. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, salatan wa salamun alayka, ya Sayyidi ya Rasulallah, wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. Dearest Islamic brothers and viewers of Madani Channel, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, mashallah Azza wa Jalla, we've covered many aspects of his life, and we also learned that, mashallah Azza wa Jalla, he became Hafid of Quran and also became Alim ad-Din, and also he specialized in many branches of knowledge. Alhamdulillah. Actually, it is he is expert in scholarly grace. That's the marvel of Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala. He used to be a mudarris, used to give dars, and subhanallah, he also used to be muallim. He used to also teach, and as we heard from the previous narrations, he is muallimul ulama. This was the title given to him by the various scholars of the time. So subhanallah, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala, used to give dars, and at the same time, mashallah, he also used to teach. So this continued for some time, mashallah. And Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala, in Madinat al-Munawwara, used to do this great duty for the deen of Allah. But when his status grew, mashallah, the status of awliya Allah, the status of this Taba'in, Saint Buzruk, was noticed all over, and the messages used to spread throughout the entire regions about this great person and personality. And mashallah, it took him from this position, Allahu Akbar, to getting the throne the seat of Khilafat. Yes, viewers of Madani Channel. Subhanallah Azza wa Jalla. He reached that stage where he became a leader. Yes, he became a leader. And not only that, mashallah Azza wa Jalla, before this actually he was appointed to as a governor. We all know that at the age of 25 already that Sayyidina Umar Bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala was already appointed as a governor at the age of 25 years old. So he became governor of that city, and mashallah Azza wa Jal, then also he became the governor of Madinatul Munawwara, the enlightened city. Though Hazrat Umar Bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi, after being appointed as a governor, he refused. Actually, he did not accept the service easily. So Sayyidina Umar Bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala was appointed as a governor. And when he received this governorship, the Khalifa Walid bin Abdul Malik when he appointed Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala as a governor of Madinatul Munawwara, Makkatul Mukarramah, Taif, etc., etc., and he continued. Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala, he hesitated. He hesitated to accept the service, such a high post in that area at that time, such a high post. Upon the insistence of the Khalifa, Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala accepted governorship of those beautiful cities on condition that his condition, subhanallah, subhanallah, viewers of Madani Channel, the condition that he gave, that he should not be impelled to do something wicked and unjust to the people of those cities like the governors of the past. So Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala, he gave these conditions. Agreeing to the condition, Walid said, you act upon the right deed even if we get only 1 dirham. Even 1 dirham we get from it. But you act upon the right deed. It does not matter. Whatever you say, as long as it is jaiz, it's permissible, it's according to Sharia, does not matter. We do not get big monies out of it. Even if you get 1 dirham out of it, Ya Sayyidi, labbaik, we are ready to follow you. Allahu Akbar. Dear Islam, you have just heard about the Madani mindset of Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala on accepting governorship of Madinatul Munawwara, Makkatul Mukarramah, Taif, etc., etc., and all the cities around there. He accepted the post of governorship, which was the center of power, on condition that he should not be compelled to inflict cruelty on people. Allahu Akbar. Of course, inflicting cruelty on people leads to destruction, viewers of Madani Channel. It leads to destruction in the world, in the qabr, in this dunya, in the qabr, and in the hereafter. It also leads to the disobedience of Allah Ta'ala and in the disobedience of the beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, and it's a violation of the rights of the human beings, of the ummah of the beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Therefore, if we get a post, viewers of Madani Channel, a very high post, we should take extra care. The moment your post starts to increase, wherever you are in the workplace, in your factory, in your shop, in the government positions, wherever you are, private factories, private firms, in your own capacity as a businessman, once your status start to increase, your posts start to increase, you are supposed to take extra care, lest pride enters into the heart. Pride of honor enters into the heart, and this will impel us to inflict cruelty on the people, resulting in disgracing us on the plains of Qiyamah. Dearest Islamic brothers and viewers of Madani Channel, if we get a post, no matter where we are, in which department we are, we have to be careful, because now our nafs is starting to take control of us. Because once we get post, once we get rank, once we get status, once we become higher in post, then now we also start, not only we got post, we start to boast. And this is going to lead to destruction, because now it will impel us to inflict cruelty on the people, resulting in disgrace on the day of Qiyamah. In the day of Qiyamah, in the court of Allah Ta'ala, for those personalities who receive post and they inflict cruelty upon the people, they cause oppression on the people. Imagine what a sharam ki baat is going to be on the day of Qiyamah. What a shame for us, viewers of Madani Channel. So many a times, we get positions many a times. Even in Islamic positions, we're talking about everybody, whether Islamic position or whether it's in some common business ground, factories or businesses, banks, anywhere. If you get a post, humble yourself. You humble yourself. I mean, try to understand, viewers of Madani Channel, that we are talking about Amir al-Mu'mineen Hazrat Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh. He was an ordinary person. Subhanallah, he is always on the lips of ulama, of a big pious person and personalities. They're always talking about this person, greatest of his time. MashaAllah, he set such high standards, such high caliber, that MashaAllah, after so many years, and so many years, Alhamdulillah, we are still talking about Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh. So please, when you get those positions, be careful. You are in position at the moment, you be careful. The more your position increases, the more your status increases, humble yourself, become more humble. You need to build up humility. The more you build up humbleness and the more you bring yourself down, inshallah ta'ala, it might look as though you're lowering yourself in the dunya. It might look like that. The more you lower yourself in the dunya, the more you humble yourself. Subhanallah azza wa jalla. You saw a tree, when it bears fruits, how is it when a tree bears fruits? When the tree bears fruits, it doesn't stand out proudly. It doesn't stand out proudly. It humbles itself. It humbles itself. All the fruits and all the branches are now swerving downwards towards the ground. It means it humbles itself. It lowers himself down. Although it's got so much of fruit, people see the beauty of the tree. People see the beautiful fruits, the beautiful apples, the beautiful lychees, the beautiful grapes. And as the fruit gets bigger and bigger and more juicier, the more the tree humbles itself, the more the tree lowers itself. So it gives us a great example. Subhanallah, everybody loves those trees. Everybody loves those trees because we keep plucking from the trees. We want to eat those juicy fruits. So humble yourself like a tree which is full of fruit, heavy fruit. Humble yourself. Inshallah ta'ala, the more you humble yourself, the more you lower yourself in this dunya, the more Allah ta'ala will elevate your status. It might be looking like you are lowering yourself, but actually in the court of Allah ta'ala, your status has been increased. Like Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh. Look at this. He's a governor. Governor is governor. Person who's in charge is in charge. He's the boss. If he shout, people will jump, they will scream, they will run. Click the fingers, they'll be coming. On the order, he could get people killed. On the order, he could get people imprisoned. On the order, he could get mountains destroyed. But subhanallah azza wa jalla, Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala, did not want to inflict cruelty, oppression upon the people. Subhanallah azza wa jalla. He humbled himself. Made himself, in a very simple word, made himself like a nothing. But subhanallah azza wa jalla, Allah ta'ala made him like a something. So what is called cruelty? Dearest Islamic brothers and viewers of Madani Channel, our Amir al-Mu'mineen, Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, he never stood for cruelty. What is cruelty, viewers of Madani Channel? Sayyidina Jurjani, rahmatullahi ta'ala, has mentioned. He says in Sharia, cruelty means to deprive someone of their right. Cruelty means to deprive somebody of their right, to misuse something, to punish someone without his fault. Allahu Akbar. Viewers of Madani Channel, when you got those positions and those posts, wherever you are, whether you're in government or you're in non-government positions, and when you reach those posts, you start to misuse your position. And subhanallah azza wa jalla, if Allah ta'ala willed, you would have done well in those positions. You would have done well. But because of your nafs, because of building up your nafs, you feel that my post is most important. I am the boss. I can do what I want to do. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. You're going to show cruelty to a person who has no fault just to show that, you know what, we have a power. Hey, pick up, quickly, move. Come here, do this. Hey, please go. This is how people in position they do. Didn't I tell you to come? Why are you so late? When I call, you must be here in that second. Don't you know who's in charge? You keep on telling, don't you know I'm the boss? Don't you know I'm the director? I'm the manager? Huh? All these type of things, these are the words that come out from your mouth when you are in position. So be careful, use of Madani Channel. Post and boast can really be in trouble for you. So be careful about these type of things. So we know that in Sharia, cruelty means to deprive somebody of their rights. And we do deprive people of their rights. And if we deprive them of their rights, we know that we are going to be in trouble on the day of Qiyamah in the qabr. Tubu ilallah. Astaghfirullah. Sallu ala al-Habib. Sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. Salatum wa salamun alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habib Allah. Dearest Islamic brethren, viewers of Madani Channel, we have to now try to comprehend these points that we discussed, especially about cruelty. We heard about cruelty, and we heard about Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala and his passion for justice. This is why when we talk about Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala, even the rulers of the world, they get shaken when they just read and hear about the life story of Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala. Hey, gosh, may it be such. The whole world follows the lifestyle of Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala. And subhanallah, what a humble person, what humility, what passion, what shafqat, what istiqamat he showed in his lifetime. And what examples of highest caliber. And look at, they're telling people that if you force me to do this against the Sharia, sorry, I wash my hands off, I'm moving away. I don't want to be your governor, I don't want to be your Khalifa, I don't want to get involved in any of your work. How would it have been if today we have people and personalities like Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala. It comes in a beautiful hadith Mubarakah that Sayyidina Muslim bin Hajjaj Quraishi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu has narrated that mine and yours and the universal beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam asked, do you know who is a poor person? The blessed companions humbly replied, Ya Rasulullah, Azza wa Jalla wa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, poor is the one amongst us who does not have any dirhams, does not have money, and he doesn't have assets. The beloved and blessed Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam replied, in my ummah, poor is that person, destitute is the one who will come with salah, roza, zakah on the day of Qiyamah. Viewers of Madani Channel, please listen carefully. May Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala not make us amongst these categories of persons. Inshallah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Poor person will be on the day of Qiyamah. On the day of judgment, he will come with salah, with saum, fasting, roza, and zakah on the plains of Qiyamah. But he would have abused somebody in the dunya. He would have slandered somebody in the dunya. He would have swindled somebody. He would have killed somebody. So out of his good deeds, some will be given to one victim, and other good deeds will be given to another victim. And if before the compensation of the rights that he had violated, all his good deeds will be finished, the faults of the victims, their faults, will be transferred into the account of the cruel person, and he will be made to be thrown into the fire of Jahannam. Tubu ilallah. Astaghfirullah. Viewers of Madani Channel, you think for a moment, our salah, our zakah, our roza, all our good deeds that we did in the dunya, that we did for the preparation of the year after, we come on the day of Qiyamah coming with pride that, I'm going to be number one on the day of Qiyamah. And when the victims, the oppressed, the ones you showed cruelty towards, the ones you abused, the ones you hurt, the ones you killed unjustly, all those things you abused, you backbited, all those things that happen on the dunya, they come to you in the court of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala on the day of Qiyamah, and they start extracting all your good deeds, and all bad deeds that they have goes into your account if you are that person. Which person? Those cruel type of persons. Those persons who cause oppression and cause havoc in the communities of the Ummah of the beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. So much so that viewers of Madani Channel, we won't have any good deeds in our account left. Only bad deeds. And not only that, astaghfirullah, will be thrown into the fire of Jahannam. Those persons will be thrown into the fire of Jahannam because they did all these bad things against the people in the dunya, the innocent people. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Shaykh Tariqat Amir al-Sunnah is saying in this booklet, oh salah offering people, oh the people who perform salah, oh the people who observe roza, fast, oh the people who pay the zakat, those who contribute charity for good deeds, oh pious looking rich people, have khawf-e khuda, fear of Allah Ta'ala. Tremble. Truly, destitute is he who, despite performing virtuous acts like salah, fasting, zakat, hajj, contributing in charity and other welfare services, will remain deprived on the day of Qiyamah. Something to ponder about. Something to think about very, very deeply, very, very deeply. Very deeply. The one who displeases someone, sometimes by abusing him, sometimes by scolding him, without any shar'i reason, insulting, disgracing, backbiting, deliberately not returning his things after borrowing it, not paying him back his loans, his money, hurting his feelings, swearing him, abusing, backbiting, will lose all his good deeds. That person will take all the good deeds away. The burden of his sins will be shifted upon him and he will be sent to the fire of Jahannam. Dearest Islamic brothers and viewers of Madani Channel, what beautiful Madani pools. What beautiful Madani flowers coming from these narrations. Subhanallah Azza wa Jalla. We understand that the motivation of Umar Bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi was justice and only justice. He could not do less than justice. Because he knows what Allah Ta'ala wants from him. He knows what the beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam wants from him. He knew that his Par Nana Jan, his beloved great grandfather, Hazrat Sayyid Umar Farooq Azam, radiyallahu ta'ala, what he expects from him. He knows all these things. This is why they call him the person of justice, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. And we already learned that who the poor person is. I mean, if I ask you, who's the poor person? Definitely we're going to start thinking the poor person is the one who got no money, who got no car, who got no house, who got no job, who's always begging. These are the poor people. They don't have anything. They have small houses, small shacks. They're in suffering. They're in difficulty. They're in a lot of deprivation, a lot of issues. These are the poor person according to our mindset. But dear Islam, the views of Madani Channel, we learned from this narration, from this blessed Hadith Mubarakah, which the beloved blessed Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam told us, who is going to be that poor person on the day of Qiyamah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. On the plains of Qiyamah, viewers of Madani Channel, we don't want to be in this situation. That's why I said before, while the narration was going, that may we not be, let's make the dua together, that may we not be amongst those persons that will be disgraced on the day of Qiyamah. Say Ameen, Ameen. May Allah Ta'ala make it such, inshallah, that we try to follow these beautiful Madani pools of Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi. May it be such, inshallah, after hearing this beautiful Hadith Mubarakah, which was mentioned by Muslim bin Hajjaj Quraishi, radiyallahu ta'ala. He narrates that beautiful Hadith Mubarakah for the beloved and blessed Rasul alayhi salatu. May we be those personalities that we do not get caught on the day of Qiyamah. No, we don't want to get caught. Do now. Show justice now. Don't show oppression. Give love, give mahabbat. Humble yourself like a fruit tree. Do those things that pleases Allah and His beloved and blessed Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Alhamdulillah, views of Madani Channel. In the Madani Mall of Dawah Islami, mashallah, we learn these type of things. Alhamdulillah. This is why always we will see on Madani Channel beautiful programs set up for us. Beautiful programs. It's a training camp. You know that Madani Channel is also a source of ulum. It gives us knowledge. Yes. Keep watching Madani Channel. Keep watching. Because everything you watch in Madani Channel is about knowledge of deen. Yes, it's about knowledge of deen. It's about building up the ishq of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the ishq Nabi Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam, ishq awliya. Huh? It keeps on building, keeps on building, keeps on building. So the more knowledge we get, the more knowledge we get, the more knowledge we get, the more weapons we get, inshallah, tabarakutah, against shaitan, Azazil, Iblis, the accursed one. So may Allah tabarakutah grant us all the tawfiq and hidayah to follow the footsteps of Hazrat Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala. Keep watching Madani Channel, wherever you are in the world, inshallah tabarakutah. Follow these Madani pools, inshallah, and learn more about the life of Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala. If you follow these episodes, continue, inshallah, at least you'll have a glimpse to the life of Umar bin Abdul Aziz, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. Ameen. Bijahi Nabil Ameen. Sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Allah karam. ऐसा करे तुझ पे जहां में ए दावत इस्लाम तेरी धूम मची हो आमीन बिजाहि नबी अमीन सल्लल्लाहु तआला अलैहि वसल्लम सल्लु अलल हबीब सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला मुहम्मद.
He was one of the finest rulers in Muslim history. He was one of the finest rulers in Muslim history, who was left indelible impressions in history, who was left indelible impressions in history. Umar bin Abdul Aziz, radiyallahu